Welcome to Kappa TV, where faith and public safety connect. Today, I want to talk about something that really matters when it comes to building strong communities: partnership. Partnership without compromise and a loss of identity. There's a common assumption that when groups come together, someone has to give something up. That if we partner, we lose part of who we are. But that's not how it works. Real partnership does not require surrender. It actually strengthens identity. This is where neutral authority becomes so important. It gives us a way to work together without confusion, without losing who we are, and it builds resilience. Let me give you again a simple picture. Think about that flagpole. That pole represents law enforcement serving as neutral authority. It stands steady, it provides structure, and it serves the entire community. Now, connected to that pole are different flags, different banners. It could be the faith community, it could be businesses, it could be community organizations, it could be civic partnerships. Each one is distinct. Each one has its own mission and identity. None of them are merged together, but they are connected together to the same structure, the flagpole. And because of that, they can move together with clarity. That is the strength of neutral authority. It allows alignment without blending, and it demonstrates resilience. We've seen this work in real communities. When law enforcement provides the stable, neutral authority structure environment, people are willing to engage. Faith leaders step forward, organizations connect, partnerships become natural. Not because everyone agrees on everything, because that will never happen, but because the structure is clear. Now, let me show you where cities get this all wrong. They might bring people together with a purpose, they build a momentum, and then as soon as the momentum is built, they hand over the whole effort to a third party organization. And law enforcement oftentimes will step away. And that changes the structure because people don't want to be connected through a third party system. They want to be connected directly to the agency that is representing public safety. That connection brings clarity. It brings trust. It holds everything together. When that center is removed, alignment starts to drift, and the organizations just step away and do not get involved. We've seen this problem during disasters also. Faith based groups show up ready to help, to get involved, and they're told, yeah, you can help, but you can only participate, but you cannot represent your organization. That's a huge mistake. Identity is not a weakness, it demonstrates resilience. It's the reason people respond. People trust what they recognize. They listen to voices they already know. When you remove that identity, you reduce the effectiveness of what you're trying to do, and you take away the visual representation of resilience. Neutral authority does something different. It allows every group to remain fully who they are while being connected to a shared structure, which is law enforcement. That's where the real unity comes from, not from removing differences, but from connecting them properly to a cause of building safe and resilient communities. That is the reason why identity should not be lost. Participation will increase. Communication will become reliable. Response will become faster. Organizations will stop competing and start working together. And communities become stronger because the structure supports them. That is the importance of neutral authority. That's the goal. Not uniformity, not control, but alignment through clear structure. That is neutral authority. That is the partnership without compromise. And that is how you build safe and resilient communities. Now, here's my closing statement. When your structure is clear and identity is protected, people come together without confusion. And when that happens, communities don't just function, they become strong, they become stable, they become resilient. Thank you so much for joining us today on Kappa TV. I believe this message today will help you because the goal of every one of us would be to build safe and resilient